Andy here from genConnect, joined by Paul Reiser, Miles Teller, who needs no introduction. They are the stars of Whiplash. Welcome, gentlemen.
And really, I would say pretty equal-sized roles, wouldn't you say, Miles?
Yeah, absolutely.
So, Paul, you have your oldest son is close in age, actually,
Yes.
to the character of Andrew.
Yeah.
What was it like for you as playing the father of somebody who's watching their son make uncertain choices?
Brutal. The one thing you realize as a parent is that you ultimately you don't have final say. You don't have final cut. And you can try, you can influence, and you put all the best thoughts and best intentions into your child, and they will ultimately go wherever they want to go. And that's part of the heartstring of this movie. But I mean, Miles, it's really a two-hand between Miles and J.K. Simmons, and to see them going at it. And the father knows that this guy is evil. This guy is not good, and I can see it just from him. I see my son is going down a dark side, and it's brutal to go through.
Now, Miles, your character you are under so much stress and anxiety and trying to be the best you can be.
Yeah.
Have you ever experienced on any level that kind of anxiety in practicing as a drummer as a young boy or in acting?
I mean, I wouldn't say it's to the degree that Andrew does in terms of a lot of that's the pressure he puts on himself. And I think as an actor, you're constantly, nervous and excited. And if you're not nervous before an audition, something's wrong. Something's not really clicked in. But I read where somebody talked about, I think it was an NFL quarterback, and he said, I am under a lot of pressure. I am under a lot of stress, and I see that as an honor. It's a great privilege to have because most people's jobs don't require that, and they don't have to deal with performance and things of that nature. So, not as bad as him, but yeah, I have a pretty high standard for the work and for what I want to do.
There is such a thing as a healthy level of pressure.
Yeah.
So we have a live Facebook feed going on, and some of your fans have some questions for you. For Paul, Michael Malkin wants to know, how did you get involved with this project, and what are your biggest takeaways?
It was a pretty conventional way. I had a great agent who came across the script and said, "You have to read this." And there was a short version of this film that he made, that the director made last year, and it was fantastic. And I just knew it was going to be a great film, so I was thrilled to be involved.
It's wonderful.
And my takeaway is I got a nice free jacket this afternoon.
Yeah, the swag is pretty good at Sundance. And Miles, the question from Marissa Lowe's from Facebook: were you able to connect with this character, and what similarities do you share?
Yeah, absolutely. I was able to connect with this character. I think as an actor, that's pretty important for you to be able to side with him. And I guess what I've kind of identified with, I had a buddy who was a former Marine. He really taught me work ethic because I think before, when I was in college, I was pretty lazy and I would do just enough to get by. But now as kind of like a working actor, I realize what a blessing it is and how hard it is and how lucky I am. And I'm so afraid of losing this opportunity that I do, I do put in a lot of work. But I just love Andrew's drive. He's not going to be broken down. And this is a guy who breaks every musician he's ever been with. But Andrew kind of refuses to let that happen. And I think that if anybody in their life is half as passionate about anything the way Andrew is about drumming, then you're good. You know what you want.
You will be able to watch Andrew on the big screen quite soon, I am sure, all across nationwide theaters.
That's so sweet. Are you sure these are edible?
Yeah.
Because they look tough. I'm gonna save it. I'm gonna save it for the car ride home.
On set, I give you the bad stuff. That's the good stuff.
Okay.
That's my other stuff.
Did you ever see Marathon Man?
No.
See, he has so many movies he has to catch up. There's a great scene where Laurence Olivier has to eat diamonds. Dustin Hoffman makes him eat and swallow diamonds. I was going to do it, but you don't know the reference, so you'll get it.
But we'll catch you next week on
Things you don't know.
And genConnect.com, you got to check it out.
genConnect.com. Thanks, Jen.